Hi, welcome to this new tutorial set that I'm starting right now. And what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to take the castle that we made in the Castle and Keeps tutorial and texture it and adapt it for use in UDK or any other game engine, and then bring it into UDK or whatever game engine and assemble it. Now, in order to do this, we're going to need to do quite a bit of organisation. Here at the minute is my development folder. And all I have in here at the minute is a PSD of this wall texture here, which is really rough and ready. You can see it's not a especially great job that I've done on it, but I just wanted something completely rough that I could use for this. But we're going to need to make some additional folders in this. Now, we can use 3ds Max to kind of do this for us, but I'm going to make them manually. So I want one. My Max files are going to go in the base directory. That's not really a problem. What I need though are reference PSDs, and then I need to break this down by individual parts. So new folder, and this will be wall 1 because that's what we're starting on first. So the wall 1 files, all its textures and everything will go in there. Okay. Right then. First, what I'm going to do is just open up this file. You have to bear with me a little bit. Max is a little bit slow today. There we go. I'll just adopt its LUT settings. And this should be, if Max isn't being too slow, come on, load up. The wrong file. Silly old me. Honestly. Let's try this one. Right, this is the one we want. This is the castle toolbox, which is what you create when you're doing the Castles and Keeps tutorial. And what I'm going to do is basically separate this out into individual files. So that, for example, will be wall 1, and so on and so on and so on. So export, and what we can do is export individual items like that, or we could just, save only the selected object under a new name. So I'm going to use save selected. Make sure I'm in the correct area. I have several development folders, as you can see. There we go. And what I'm going to do is call this wall 1. Notice I'm not dropping it into its specific folder yet. So that's wall 1. Then I can hit delete. And I'm going to do it for all these pieces here. So again, wall 2, then delete. And that's a gatehouse. Don't know what name I gave it, but that's what it is. Yep, gatehouse. I'll give them a number even if there's only one of them. That should be a buttress. And then here's a bridge. Or walkway in that case. So, again. I know this isn't the most exciting part of the artist's day, but it is something that we need to do. And let's go to our towers. So here's our various different towers. So we'll take this one first. I'll just delete this UV map on top of it. Save as. Tower 1. Then delete. Save as. Tower 2. It's good that we have individual files for each one of these. It makes our job a lot easier. Tower 3. Obviously there's a huge range of all the different ones. Funnily enough, I remember my reference for this was a sandcastle I saw a picture of that I quite liked. Guy had done a really good job on it actually. Right, these are tower tops. So save as, save selected, tower top 1. There's another tower top. That's a lower tower. And that would be a mid tower. I think that's a mid as well, yeah. And then this is another tower top, or tower roof, or whatever. So save as, save selected, tower roof 1. And we still have a few little bits left in this that we can probably use. Let's make sure nothing hidden in our scene. So here's some rocks. Save as, save selected, rocks 1. And then this gigantic thing here will be rocks 2, I think. So file, save as, save selected, rocks 2. There we go. And that's it. We now have a completely empty 3ds Max. So I'm going to reset this rather than saving the scene. Okay. And again, if I just go over here and find my thing here, you can see we have now all these individual files, various different sizes, each containing just the individual model that we needed. Now remember, we have wall 1 here, so maybe we should start putting things into their correct folders. So new folder, and I'll go by what I can see at the top here. So buttress 1's at the top of my list. So I'll move that file into there. Then let's see, it's going to be gatehouse 1. And doing it this way means that it's going to be a lot easier for us to organise, especially when there's this many model files. Lower tower 1. Then rocks 1. Rocks 2. Tower 1. That one's lower tower. Yep, lower tower. Buttress, buttress, buttress. Just make sure I haven't copied anything. New folder, tower 1. Just keeping on doing this, as you can see. It won't take long. However, it's important that we do it, like I say. Because otherwise you'll start to go mad wondering where you put everything. I know I do. Tower 3. There's a lot of parts. Tower 5. I was doing this in my live class the other night. I had quite good fun doing it, actually. Not organising things, just what we're going to be doing, which is unwrapping, creating textures and stuff. Although, if you want to watch along without listening to my dulcet tones, then put some music on. Just have my voice on and quiet if you want, once you get used to the process. You want tower mid 2. Nearly done. Let's see, tower roof. Isn't this great? Tower top. Tower top 2. What we're going to do is we're going to basically make a nice, quick, easy, dirty kind of change management system, almost, just so that we know that what we've done, what we've changed, and what we've worked on. Okay, and new. I'm going to go to folder, walkway 1. There we go. And then finally wall 2. Okay, and that's all done. Lovely. Okay, so as you can see, all of these now, they have their stuff inside them. For our reference PSDs, I can now drop that into there. And everything's set up the way it should be. Now we're going to make a new folder here. And this folder is going to be complete, for completed. So basically every time we finish one of these, we can drag it into completed, so we'll know that it's finished. And what I'm going to do next is set myself up some tasks. Right then, so for simple change management and project management, rather than having to buy expensive tools, even if I'm just working on my own, a lot of the time what I'll tend to use is Trello.com. Now what I have here is Trello.com, and I've got an account on it already. Accounts are completely free. So I'm just going to log into my Trello and create a new board, and I'm going to call this UDK project for Castle from Max to UDK. Organisation, well, it's going to be belonging to 3D Palace, and create it. Right, and there we go, and this is what we get. Now I'm going to, this is quite good because you can use it on any mobile phones or anything, and it automatically scales depending on how big your screen is. So I'll move that over to there, and then I'm going to move this over to here so I can see exactly what we have. And I'm going to go to my first board, which is this one, which says to do, and what I can do is I can basically adjust or edit or do whatever I want to these things here. So for example, let's see, I could move my list over to there, or just archive the list off altogether. So what I'm going to do is add my list, and this will be called Castle Parts. Just click add. Okay, and then in here what I can do is I can add, let's see, it's going to be, we'll start with the walls, I think. Wall 1, wall 2, walkway 1, tower 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tower top 1 and 2, what else have we got here? Tower roof, making sure we've got them all. Tower mid 1 and 2. There we go. Better change that one because it's not correct. It's okay, we can probably just get rid of this. Hang on. Redo it. And we can drag them up and down, above and below each other, which is helpful. Then we need rocks 1, rocks 2. Lower tower 1, the gatehouse, and buttress. Added. Okay, so that's cool. So these are all our basic castle parts. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add another couple of lists here. So add another list, unwrapped. Okay, so we know when it's unwrapped, and then we can go on to textured when we know it's textured or whatever. So add a list, textured. Click add. Okay, so now we have 3 boards. So now we can move this from one to the other when we know what position it's at, and that way we'll always be able to catch up on what we're doing. Plus, for example, if I go to wall 1 here and just double click it, I can start writing activity on it. So for example, start the unwrap process first. On completion, move to the unwrap list and start on the next process. See, it's all easy enough. I mean, basically whatever, it's going to make sense to you though. And we can also attach files so you know what it looks like, or we can attach the max file to it, or anything else. It's very, very useful. Okay, so we've got this and this sorted out now. We have our empty 3ds Max just here. So I think we are ready to begin, which is cool.